Wall to Wall is a slow burn psychological thriller that shows just how far one man can be pushed when life closes in on all sides: death, isolation, and non-stop noise. The film starts with Woo Sun, a 30-something office worker who gets lured into buying an apartment in Seoul, thinking it's an investment for his future. Fast forward a few years, and that dream home becomes a living nightmare. Woo Sun's been drowning in debt thanks to a crashing real estate market and a bad crypto gamble. On top of that, his apartments become an echo chamber of chaos, filled with banging, knocking, and neighbors constantly accusing him of being the one making all the noise. When an inspector finds hidden speakers and a mysterious phone in his unit, stuff Woo Sun didn't even install, things go completely off the rails. He loses everything, spirals into a deep depression, and almost ends his life. That's when Jin-ho, his seemingly chill upstairs neighbor, shows up like a savior. The two team up to figure out who's really behind the noise. Their investigation leads them to apartment 1301 and a creepy discovery. The same people who bought Woo Sun's place and stole Jin-ho's deposit now control multiple units in the building. Turns out they've been trying to drive tenants out to cash in on a real estate boom coming with the new GTX train line. But here is the twist. Just when Woo Sun thinks they figured it all out, he realizes the noise wasn't coming from them. It was Jin-ho. The guy had hacked into the intercom system of every single unit. Not only could he spy on people, he could also play custom sound loops to make it seem like the noise was coming from anywhere. And he'd been targeting Woo Sun from the start. Jin-ho's motives aren't simple. He's not just some psycho doing this for kicks. He's a journalist with a twisted plan. He wants to expose how noise pollution and crappy building construction are slowly driving people insane. He's already written the story in his head, framing Woo Sun as the tragic main character, a regular guy pushed so far over the edge that he snaps and kills his neighbors before taking his own life. Jin-ho would survive the massacre, emerge as the brave truth teller, and finally publish his story. But Woo Sun, desperate to stay alive, convinces Jin-ho to change the ending. Together they head to Eunhwa's penthouse. She's the building's resident rep, and Jin-ho's had dirt on her for a while. Years ago, she was a prosecutor who buried a news story he'd worked on about this exact building's shady construction. Now she is one of the big fish profiting from it. Jin-ho believes that somewhere in her apartment is a ledger, proof of all the bribes and illegal deals tied to the construction scam. What follows is total chaos. Jin-ho kills Eunhwa's husband in a rage when they can't find the ledger. Eunhwa tries to kill Woo Sun to cover up her own involvement, but Jin-ho kills her too. Now bleeding out and too injured to keep going, Jin-ho is left behind as Woo Sun burns all the rental contracts and rigs the apartment to explode. He walks away just in time, watching the fire erase all the evidence, including the ledger. Police investigate, but with nothing left to prove who did what, they quietly close the case. In the final scene, Woo Sun returns to his apartment. Just as he sits down, the sound of banging returns from the unit below this time, but instead of losing his mind again, he just laughs. Maybe he's finally snapped, or maybe he's accepted that peace is just a myth in a place like this. And about the title, the movie is called Wall to Wall in English, but if you cut the end credits, the on-screen title is 84 square meters. That's the size of Woo Sun's apartment, and it's actually the most common apartment size in South Korea, so this whole story could happen to anyone. And that's the scary part. Wall to Wall isn't just fiction. In real life, inter-floor noise complaints are a serious issue in Korea. Over 33,000 cases were reported in 2024 alone. The movie taps into that real-world frustration and stretches it to its most extreme, showing how something as small as a neighbor's footsteps could be the thing that finally breaks you.